Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. Thank you to Amy for hooking me up with this shirt some time ago. It says local celebrity. Embarrassing. Patrick says, good morning to King Glob and Queen Goobear and all the fraudulent subjects. This is a callback to yesterday's show. A horrible reference was made. I stand by it, though. You got to stand by your references. Linda says, I forgot Fridays were early podcast day. I was just looking for something to listen to. Well, here you go, madam. I got you covered. Next week is going to be a little weird because I will be up at Fear Bunker North doing my thing. And so I'm going to leave the premises in the morning until my morning radio show at Q100 and then come back to Fear Bunker North to do the podcast. Running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Why are you doing that, Easy? Well, the folks at the radio station, they're like, hey, this is like our Super Bowl week here at the radio station. And we'd like you to actually be here for it. And they were like all serious about it. They go, we really need you. I go, well, yeah, any excuse to get up north. Are you kidding me? My motto is more trees, less assholes. Yes. I'm all about it. So off I go. The event that they're excited about all week long up north, it's called the Ausable River Fest. Ausable is the river that runs through town. I think there's actually two, the Manistee and the Ausable, that kind of like meet there, you know? I don't know. Anyway, for like 100 years now, there's been this wild-ass canoe race. It's a canoe marathon where right there in Grayling, they throw the canoes in the water, and then they paddle all the way to like Oscoda or something like that, which is many, many miles away. And it's a damn blowout bash. People just having so much fun doing that thing. So I'm excited about that. I don't have it in front of me. I don't want to search for it. But at the start of the race, you've got like 100 canoe teams, two people per canoe. And they're like half a mile away from where you jump in the water. Now, we're broadcasting from right where they jump in the water. And they're in the middle of the street in this small, small town called Grayling, Michigan. And they go, on your mark, get set, go! And then these people pick up their canoes, and then they run like a bat out of hell to the starting point and throw them in the water, and off they go. They're completely self-sustained. They got their water. They got their food all packed in there. The very first winners of that race, like 100 years ago, the two young men who did it at the time, their canoe is on display at a restaurant across from where the start of the race is. It's a historic hot spot called Spikes. And that actual canoe was in the rafters. And there's an article from the local newspaper from that period of time on the wall detailing what these two Hilljacks did to win the race. And, you know, it's reminiscent of the times they go, yeah, we had a flask of booze, a little bit of water, and some butterscotch candies. And that's all we needed. And then they won the damn thing. Now, they've gotten a lot faster over the years. And it's a blowout. People from all over the United States and beyond come to this little town for this event. So I'm part of that all next week. And that's why I'll be doing the podcast from up north, which there's always a hint of trepidation because of my internet connection there. I have an internet connection, but it's done through satellite. So it's a little bit wonky, you know? But if you can put up with the occasional lag, you'll be fine. I imagine that by the time I start the show on Monday, it will then be known that Biden has dropped out of the presidential race. What a stunning time we are living in terms of historic events and news. I hope, I don't know, do you appreciate it like I do? I mean, I'm not, and I'm taking the good with the bad and looking at it as just, this is a bizarre, bizarre time. Right now, as we currently sit, Trump is still riding this wave of momentum that was compounded even more so by him surviving the assassination attempt. He spoke at the RNC last night. I can't watch that shit. I can't do it because any politician will tell you exactly what you want to hear. And I don't want to sit through that because, frankly, I don't care who's talking. I'm probably not getting the truth. So when that happens, I tune it out. But I think the thing that has been captivating to me has been more so what Biden has done or what he hasn't done. How he has, it started with, the time leading up to that debate. Then that debate was an absolute catastrophe. That alone would have prompted, I think, the calls, and I think that had a lot to do with it. And no one's forgotten that. And now you have all these bigwig senators, congresswomen, congressmen, I guess I just say members of Congress, who are saying, all right, yeah, wrap it up. Because they're concerned about their jobs. And as the minutes tick by, there are more and more bits of information that are coming out that are suggesting that the end is near for Joe Biden. I want to start with this clip. Granted, it's from Newsmax, which is powered by conservatives. But just listen to what is being said here by Mark Halperin. Why do I not know who Mark Halperin is? Is he a senator? Is he a congressman? Yes, he's a U.S. senator. Wait a minute, I might be getting that wrong. No, he's a journalist, you idiot. I don't even know what the fuck I'm playing for you. Okay, this is the clip about what they are saying. Amanda says, "Oh, but the newest source that I have should not be trusted." Good point, madam. Good point. However, I'm using this and comparing it and contrasting it to what is being said in the liberal media, too. So if you just give me a chance and not jump down my throat, I'm not a fucking hostess ho-ho.
Carl, according to multiple Democratic sources, this is happening all of a sudden. Everyone said it would happen gradually and then all at once, and that's what's happening. According to my sources, President Biden has agreed to step down as the Democratic nominee.
Oh, man.
It will happen as early as this weekend. A speech has been drafted for him. He will continue on as president, is his intention. He also will not, I'm told, endorse Vice President Harris as his successor.
Wow.
They're hoping that he will endorse an open process in which the convention will be open to Vice President Harris and a few other candidates in Chicago to pick the Democratic nominee for president. The belief is that Vice President Harris is already looking at potential running mates to go to Chicago with a full ticket, including one possibility, Andy Beshear, the governor of Kentucky, and perhaps the governor of Pennsylvania, Governor Shapiro. Other possible candidates.
Okay, if that's true, if Harris is thinking about those folks for running mate, the name that's not mentioned there is Whitmer, Michigan's governor. I wonder if she's going to throw her hat into this.
Candidates who are being talked about include Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, perhaps Gretchen Whitmer,
there you go,
and again the vice president running. On the first ballot, the regular delegates would be allowed to vote under this agreement that's being talked about amongst the president and high-level Democrat officials. The regular delegates would vote on the first ballot. If there is no winner in the first ballot, the so-called super delegates would be allowed to vote on the subsequent ballot. This decision was reached, I'm told, all of a sudden because of the high-level pressure from Nancy Pelosi, Barack Obama, and others, and as well as the decision of many of President Biden's top aides that there was no path forward for him, that he would not be able to win this election, win the general election, and therefore he's stepping aside again as early as this weekend.
So,
holy shit. Oh, my God. This is unbelievable. NBC News had an interesting story about all of this growing pressure on Biden.
Tonight, President Biden is in self-isolation, both literally and politically, after testing positive for COVID. In a new letter, his doctor saying he has just mild symptoms and no fever. All while the walls seem to be closing in on his campaign. Even some of his most defiant backers privately say the pressure to drop out is getting too intense. We're close to the end, a person close to the president tells NBC News. Another person who spoke to a senior campaign official saying they're finally realizing it's a when, not if. But the president is still moving forward. In a radio interview conducted right before he was tested for COVID yesterday, his cough is evident as he addresses public questions about his age.
Well, what happens when he's 84 years old? What happens when he's 85 years old? I was smart enough to know with age comes wisdom.
Still, tonight...
you know what else comes with it? Parkinson's. Dementia.
New pressure to leave the race from powerful Democrats.
I'm disgusted with his wife. All right? And it all boils down to she sees what you and I see and then some. How she is not saying, shut it down, big fella, is beyond me. She needs to publicly come out and say, yeah, come on. He's making an asshole out of himself. He's embarrassing himself. Don't you have any feelings to protect your husband? How can you possibly be comfortable with this happening? That to me is really bad here. You're supposed to watch out for each other. You're not doing that.
To leave the race from powerful Democrats. Two sources tell NBC News former President Obama has concerns about President Biden's ability to stay at the top of the ticket. One source saying Mr. Obama sees President Biden's path to winning as getting harder. And citing multiple sources, CNN reports former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi privately told President Biden polling shows he cannot defeat former President Trump and could destroy Democrats' chances of winning the House. A Pelosi spokesperson would only confirm she has not spoken to the president since Friday. And in a meeting with the president Saturday, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer also shared recent polling data showing Biden trailing Mr. Trump in what two sources familiar with the meeting called a blunt conversation. Tonight, though, the president still has the support of top Democrat Jim Clyburn.
I'm riding with Biden, and that's not going to change. What would it
he looks fucked up, too.
take for me to change my mind? It would take him changing his.
Publicly, the White House and campaign are aggressively pushing back against Democratic leaders, trying to push the president out.
Obviously, our campaign disagrees about the path to victory not being there.
Late today, a source close to the president telling NBC News in 2015, Obama, Pelosi, Schumer pushed Biden aside in favor of Hillary.
Oh, no.
They were wrong then, and they are wrong now. With her running mate sidelined, it is Vice President Harris on the trail, visiting battleground North Carolina and vowing to fight.
Do we believe in the promise of America? And are we ready to fight for it?
Okay, I'm yelling.
And when we fight, we win.
And Gabe, there have been more troubling signs for the president regarding major donors. Tell us about that.
Yes, Lester, a person with knowledge of the projections tells NBC News the Biden campaign now expects it will raise only 25% of the big donor money it had planned for in July. This person says the money has dried up.
Oh, no. That's the worst news out of all this. 25% of the however much they needed for, the funds to put out the ads and all that. Yeah, this is a goddamn disaster. Kuiper says that Harris's voice is annoying. Trump came out to speak at the RNC yesterday to that James Brown song, It's a Man's World. Oh, my God. This guy does not give a fuck. Fucking Kid Rock's out there making an asshole of himself. Holy shit. Matt says, riding with Biden, that's a car nobody wants to be in. Concerning that cough, Jeremy writes, that cough was disgusting. That was the wettest cough possibly ever. Jeremy adds, I think Whitmer would be a better running mate, but I don't hear the name being talked about as VP. IMKO says Kid Rock's tough guy video was some real cringy shit. Well, I got to see that. Was that out? Let's see. Kid Rock. Well, I don't even know what I'd look up. Is that on his Twitter? Shit, I don't know. Fucking A. Probably. Yeah, here it is. Oh, Bobby. Oh, Bobby. Let's hear what he has to say.
We just arrived in Milwaukee to support our tried and true red, white, and blue 100% American badass president.
Why do you feel the need to do it in front of the goddamn plane? We can't hear you, you fucking idiot.
What's going to happen tonight? Tune in to find out. But here's a hint. Are you scared?
You know what I'm scared about? Seeing that tooth again.
Scared? Are you scared?
Look at how is that even a thing?
Tune in to find out. But here's a hint. Are you scared?
That tooth on his bottom row there is so out of place.
God bless Donald Trump. God bless America.
Oh, God. All right, now I want to see the performance.
We're ready for President Trump to take the stage. I need everybody to stand up. I need everybody to put a fist up in the air. Everybody, get a fist up in the air. Now follow me. Say fight, fight. Say fight, fight. Say fight, fight. Say somebody scream. The devil without a cause. I'm back with the beaver hats and Ben Davis. We're ready for...
Oh. God. I feel like such a dick for liking Kid Rock. I had no idea how much of a douchebag he is at the time. Everybody else seemed to, but I didn't. God, that's ugly. Chris says, don't ruin a good Metallica song, asshole. And he's doing it to a backing track. He had his DJ there. It wasn't great. It's just not great. Oh, my God. I reached out to a potential special guest. I'm waiting to hear back. Whenever you're ready. We shall see. A little bit more about this. Actually, probably a lot more. Biden did an interview with BET. This is bad. Thank you, Chris, for sending this along. Biden did an interview with BET, and he had done it like a few days ago, and they had been promoting that it's going to be coming up. Well, it was just released. Now, a lot went wrong on this interview. Despite that, it aired. Now, if I'm whoever is with Biden and he performs as badly on the interview as I'm about to show you, I'm paying off BET to keep them from releasing it. I'm hiring another hitman to shoot the executives at BET like they did to try to kill Trump. I don't really believe that, but a lot of people do. Okay, in this clip, on BET, Biden is talking about how all of the issues he got, the heat he got when he decided to hire a black guy to be his Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin. The problem is Biden cannot remember the guy's name in this clip. Instead, he says this.
And so it's all about treating people with dignity. And it's about making sure that, look, I mean, for example, look at the heat I'm getting because I named the Secretary of Defense to a black man. I named Ketanji Brown. I mean, because of the people I've named.
Okay, a lot going on there. He wanted to say, look at the heat I've gotten, but you don't hear that because he says, yeah. And then he's stammering around trying to figure out who his Secretary of Defense is, and instead goes with the black guy. He says, oh, yeah, the black guy. And then he realized that's fucked up. So then he says Ketanji Brown, which is incorrect. Let me do that again. In theory. Why isn't that playing? That makes me upset. Come on now. I want to hear it again, for God's sake. All right, that's pissing me off. That's unbelievable. How can this even be happening? The black guy?
And so it's all about treating people with dignity. And it's about making sure that, look, I mean, for example, look at the heat I'm getting.
Look at the heat I'm yep. That's what he said.
Because I named the Secretary of Defense to a black man. I named Ketanji Brown. I mean, because of the people I've named.
Oh. Come on, man. This is Lloyd Austin. That's not Ketanji. This account says this is the black man, Secretary of Defense. This one was bad, too. According to Not the Bee, it says the interview actually got more cringeworthy than that, if you can believe it. Biden claims he's losing support among black voters because he can't, quote, go through the projects where black people live. Oh, no.
I think that, and one thing does change, it's not an excuse, an explanation. I would ordinarily be going through black neighborhoods on the foot, working through the neighborhoods. I have a tradition. I close every campaign, no matter what campaign, going into the projects and going down the east side.
Jesus Christ. So, probably the one thing that Biden would have would be African-American voters. But you have to see that this is a horrible thing. I mean, there would need to be, you'd have to be giving people the side eye when Biden is talking about, I let it go into black neighborhoods, the projects.
I would ordinarily be going through black neighborhoods on the foot, working through the neighborhoods. I have a tradition. I close every campaign, no matter what campaign, going into the projects and going down the east side. And, hey, Joe, well, how you doing? Everybody, well, just because they're my friends, let them know I'm still there. We can't do that now. Not because of the black community, because it's too dangerous for me to be out walking unaccompanied.
What?
So what I'm doing, though, is trying to keep in touch with as many of my black constituents and letting people know that I'm available. I'm available.
Well, I don't get that. What's too dangerous? What's this? Why is I'm lost.
It's a reason why I got involved in politics in the first place. Not a joke. Not a joke. Everybody deserves a shot. Everybody deserves a shot. And we've demonstrated, you give them a shot, they step up. They step up in every community. That's why the black community is doing as well as it is now. And it's going to do better.
Okay. This is horrible. Then it says, meanwhile, listen to this heartwarming story Biden has from his visit to one of the nation's quote-unquote black homes in South Carolina. He's telling us some anecdote.
And by the way, for example,
it's remarkable that it continues to get worse.
if I was in South Carolina, went to going to a black home where a dad and his son were sitting at the kitchen table with him and they talk about it. And after it was all over, the father said, no one's talked to my son like this before. No one said, you really mean it. I do mean it. I mean it.
The energy is low. There's no winning this. There's no going back at this point. Yeah, Amanda, I don't know if I want to throw out that joke. Jeremy says, everyone deserves a shot, especially if you're a geriatric white man. Patrick says, this man needs to be at home with his family enjoying his golden years. Chris suggested that he meant, quote, it's too dangerous for me to be out unaccompanied. Oh, my God. Matt said, quote, you know the black man. They all look alike. Oh. Amanda says, the black man, Condoleezza Rice. God. This is so bad. Just so bad. So we wait. We wait, try to find out what is next. So welcome in, and hope you're enjoying the show. I want to say welcome to everybody who is watching the show on Facebook, X, and YouTube. Please remember to check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. That's where you get the show in its entirety. I'm going to bring in Stu McAllister right now. It's been way too long since we had him on here.
Eric Zane.
Stu McAllister, what is up, buddy?
I just left the vet. It's always exciting going to the vet.
Hey, did you bring one of the dogs in that you yell at?
Oh, yeah. The one that I yelled at. I took her to the vet.
Really?
And, oh, yeah, good times, man. She's an old lady. And you know what happens when you get old, right?
I have audience members that are still harboring resentment over the great Stu McAllister dog yelling moment. And
you feel free to give them my address and they can come over and they can get some too.
Yeah, that's a play out of my book there. Invite them over.
I saw that you were sitting in front of your house waiting for Fatty to show up.
Yeah, he didn't show. Can you believe that?
What? Fatty didn't show?
I have to admit, when I did that, I went, this could backfire. This could backfire. And
Fatty shows up and beats your ass.
Yeah. And so when I explained to Pooh Bear, I go, look, hey, this is going down. I might need you to video record this. She's like, why do you do these things? What is wrong with you? You're such a stupid shit.
It's fun though, right?
Yeah, I like responding with emotion. It makes me feel good, you know?
Yeah, I know. I like to do it too, but then I feel regret a good portion of the time later.
I think if that guy would have shown up and beaten the shit out of me, then I would have felt some regret at that point.
He hasn't gotten back to you in any kind of way, though, right?
No, most people don't. Whenever there's typically people take a run at me, and then I go look at their pictures on Facebook, and then I'll post a picture of their disgusting, ugly children or something like that.
Beautiful. I love it.
So I was just playing some clips of Biden. It's pretty much over, right?
Man, I guess. I don't know. We know the deal, though, right? We've already done this. We know what Trump is. We know what Biden is. They both are awful candidates. Whatever, right? I mean, what's the party going to do with Biden? They're going to cut him loose, and then who?
Yeah, I'm hearing that a handful of people are being thrown around, including Whitmer, Gavin Newsom, and Kamala Harris.
Okay, they're all half Biden's age, so I guess that's good.
Yeah, I mean, the age thing alone is a step. I just played a clip from the interview with BET that Biden did. And he recorded this fucking thing like 4 days ago. And I'm surprised, I talked about it, that they didn't put a hit out on the interviewer to keep this from being released like they did when they...
bad?
Yeah, because he's sitting there in front of BET guy, and he says, "Look, I got a lot of heat." And he wanted to talk about how when he made Lloyd Austin, the black guy, his Secretary of Defense.
Sure.
Except he didn't remember that his name was Lloyd Austin.
Oh, God.
And he forgot. And when I made Secretary of Defense the black guy. That's exactly what he said. And then it's like, oh, no. Oh, no. So.
Yeah, it's... he needs to stop talking. Is it possible for a president to not talk anymore?
Yeah, right. I mean, it's... Oh, man. And then the money is drying up. Nobody's donating anymore. It's just fucking over. Trump is going to fuck us right in the butt.
Oh, God.
Again? Yeah, he's taking over. So get ready for Kid Rock and racism and dead gay people and all that shit. Because it's Trump's world. So you better start to wrap your mind around this shit, Stu McAllister. Because this shit's going down. That motherfucker is going to win.
Well, I guess I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he already did it once. Why not again?
Oh,
there's a lot of weirdos.
He's going to kick the shit out of everybody. And then he's going to start he's got a list of names. And you better hope that we're not on it.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I'm a straight white guy, so I'm relatively safe, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
So is Hulk Hogan going to get a membership in the cabinet somewhere?
Oh, I'm glad you reminded me of that. I got to play that clip of Hulk Hogan ripping off his goddamn shirt.
He's such a hack. Dude, you've been doing this 50 years. Stop it.
Yeah, it's remarkable. When it comes to Hulk Hogan, he may have been the least talented wrestler to ever be famous. Because he romps around the ring. He always did, like Frankenstein. He can't do anything but drop the big leg. He's just a big, fat, fucking tall dude.
They've said that leg drop is like the worst finisher of all time. It's just so bad. But he was the first monster out there, the first big muscular dude. So
right.
We got to put this guy out there.
Big as a house. What else is going on in your world, Stu McAllister? Are we delivering dots still? I haven't gotten an update in a long time.
Yeah. Still dotting. I now travel all over the state or the Midwest because we're now in Indiana and Ohio as well.
So that means you might start the day at home.
Yeah.
And then travel like all that way to deliver some ice cream.
Yes, you are correct.
Oh,
I have stared at Kentucky. I've been on one side of the Ohio River and I'm staring at Kentucky. So, it's pretty ridiculous.
When you get there, do you spend the night there?
Oh yeah. I'll have to spend a night. I'll have to get a hotel room and stay somewhere. So yeah, I've stayed in some real awful hotels, man.
Now,
oh my God, it's ridiculous.
I know that you're really into abusing animals, so you probably just leave the dogs at home, right?
No, I bring them with me.
Oh, you bring them with you? Okay, good. All right, good.
Yeah, I bring them with me.
Well, it sounds like you're living the dream to me, man.
Not really, but it's okay. I'm getting through the summer, man. I'm getting through it, so it's all good, man.
Did you hint around to me that you had gone to a comedy club, but did you get on stage?
No, I did. I went to the comedy club to see the 3 local guys over the 4th of July weekend. Garrett, Matt Cook, and Carl Sobel. I went to the show to see those 3 dudes do their thing. So that was a lot of fun. It's good to see local guys do their stuff.
Nothing in the works, though, huh?
For me, getting on stage, no, nothing like that. I don't want to do any of the old shit that have to come up with a new act again, a new starts at 5 minutes and then progresses. I'd have to work on it. You know how it is.
Yeah, oh yeah, big pile of shit. Big pile of shit.
It's all shit. It's all garbage.
Okay, well, I'll keep promoting that you're opening up for Dane Cook and what's the other fucker's name? I don't know.
Tom Segura.
And because
can you tell people that I'm opening up for Rob Newhart?
Oh, yeah, holy shit, he's dead. God damn it, can you believe that?
I love Bob Newhart. I was always trying to get him to come to Laugh Fest, and I don't know if he just was too old at the time or what, but he's a guy that I regret never being able to see live. He was awesome.
So, I published, speaking of Laugh Fest, I published those Lost Zane recordings from my years on BBL, and I guess the show just hit when they made us wander over to like the art museum.
Oh God.
And I think it was like you and I were just like kind of like chit-chatting with Ben, maybe. Was Ben there too?
Yeah.
And we're talking about comedy. We had to fill a lot of time. I remember that. That was annoying. And then we were on the air live when they started to actually have their announcement of the guests. So it's a quiet room, and the announcer was, I don't know if it was who it was, that DeVos guy, talking about the acts, and we're on the air, and we were like whispering, like trying to be quiet about it. It was so bad.
I was going to say that makes for good radio whispering.
Oh, Jesus Christ, the shit we went through. Hey, you remember that crazy bitch, Lori?
Yes.
She is now in South Bend, so if you drive through to that shithole, you might hear that crazy bitch on the radio.
She's on the radio in South Bend.
Yes, that's where she got fired finally by Cumulus, thank God. And you know what I found out? I found out that because I had tried to get in on LAV there.
Yeah.
And the powers that be at LAV were like, oh yeah, well Lori told us that EZ is like on the corporate do not hire list.
Huh.
So I was like, oh wow, that's fucked up. But then after she got fired, they come to find out that that's not true. That was just a lie.
Sure. Yeah.
She was just making that shit up.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. She seemed like a nutbag. She had her own agenda.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, whatever.
All right.
She belongs in South Bend. It's a shithole.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Are you going to be at any wrestling events coming up, Stu, that we should know about?
No grapples, no nothing. I heard you're going to be at the race tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be over at Berlin.
All right. Throw tickets my way. I might show up.
Oh, really?
Sure, why not?
Okay, I'll let you know.
Yeah, have you seen my new look now? I'll fit right in.
With the Fu Manchu, the Fu Man stew?
And the mullet.
Oh, dude, fuck yes. I love it. I love that Fu Man stew. That's my favorite. I love that it's called the Fu Man stew.
Or the Stew Manchu, either way.
Hey, one more thing. I remember you talking about you could only drink non-alcoholic beer because you're about to die or something years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you off that?
I got health issues. Oh, yeah, I'm back to booze.
You're back to booze. Okay, good.
Yeah,
you're
care
good.
If I die.
Yeah, all right, good. I'm glad to hear that. I was going to say, that's fucked up, Stu.
Yeah, I was pre-diabetic, man. I'm now trying to fight that off.
Oh, you piece of shit. You're so dead.
I know, dude. I got about 2 months.
I know it. It's awesome. I hope you die this weekend.
At the races.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you.
All right, we'll see you.
There you go, Stu McAllister. He's an absolute legend. Love him so much. I'm wondering if he is out of the doghouse yet. Our beloved radio voice Linda used to make listening to Stu's show a regular thing. And then out of the blue, one day on his show, he started yelling at his dog. And that rubbed her the wrong way. And, we beat him up pretty good about it on this show. He's like, Sadie, oh my God, you peed in the house. He's freaking out at the dog. And he posted it. He published him berating the dog. Oh. And Linda says, no, fuck that. I'm still damaged by it. Fuck him. Chris says Stu isn't even a fatty and he's pre-diabetic. Linda says, guess who loved it? Pellerito. Oh, I guess he listens to that show too. Well, there you go. Well, whatever. All right. For those of you that are enjoying the show on Facebook, X, and YouTube, I'm now officially going to kick you out. I didn't really do it last time, but I'm going to send you on your way in the full show. The rest of the show is available on Twitch, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, or download the Twitch app and search Eric Zane Live, and you will be watching and enjoying the rest of this show. As always, the audio of this becomes the audio podcast. You can find it wherever you download shows. I choose Apple Podcasts. And then Patreon. I just posted on Patreon this week's Who Are These Free Beers show, which, what did I name it? There's a name for it. I always have a name that has something to do with, okay. It is called The Fake Thirst Trap Debate. Here's what happened in the show. My writer wrote, we've come to the conclusion that the gang on Freebeer and Hot Wings get a large portion of their show prepping done while simply milling around in the kitchen. FBHW show newcomer Tommy actually enjoys going to the dentist. That's it. Nothing more to say, but a long, boring back and forth discussion spawned from this proclamation. Hot Wings gets beat up for more of his quote-unquote hot takes. Ben's camera went haywire. Ben pulled a set of clips from a 15-minute segment where Greg would announce a food product and everyone had to vote on whether or not it belongs in the refrigerator. Again, further proof that the FBHW show prep begins in the kitchen. The fake thirst trap debate. Free Beer concocted some nonsense story about how he accidentally posted a picture of Kelly that she really thinks is hot. And finally, Maitland told a mind-numbing story about buying a pair of boots. That's all available on Patreon. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. You can sign up for 7 days free and check out that show and the 21 previous editions of Who Are These Free Beers. I've been corresponding with Chris Mack. Chris is another one of these. There's only a handful of them. Jeremy K. that I know of. Patrick in South Carolina. And this fella, Chris. There may be more, but those are the ones that come to mind, who were all in on their show and then would occasionally check mine out. Or maybe listen to both or whatever. But part of this number of people, and it's a small group, but I'm counting on them. I'm counting on them to increase in numbers of people who have been almost like brainwashed into thinking that they are listening to something that they want to listen to. I've talked about it, about how breaking the spell of their show, that there are other things to listen to, may not even be my show. Chris writes this. I'm just now listening to Who Are These Free Beers? He writes, you hit the nail on the head with your comments about the loyal listeners of their show that have been trapped into the FBHW family of devotion. I, like you said, was one of those poor bastards. and thankfully have now seen the light and am free from that bullshit loyalty. I wish I was like listener Kenny, who made the transfer when you first got fired. The question going forward, EZ, is how do we get more listeners like myself and the others you mentioned to see the same thing and switch over? We could call in and interact with them and try to grab their audience, but I think anything we would attempt would just increase their ratings. Because if their audience is tickled about what goes into their fridges, a Zaniac, or I don't use that term anymore, but he does, a Zaniac calling in and creating controversy would fucking blow their minds. We need to get together as a group and shoot out some ideas. You already have a great foundation with Ben there, and you guys should be making the big bucks with your own studio. Well, maybe. Their show has gone so downhill. The Maitland clip you played where she said she got new boots was the perfect example of what has changed. Years ago, someone had just gotten a new pillow for Valentine's Day, and man, did they have to share that news. Very similar scenario. But back then, they beat the shit out of you with good reason for bringing it up, hence creating great content and entertainment. The new shoe segment happened, and everyone just went, oh, yeah, all right, cool. Nice story, you horrible bitch, he writes. I didn't say that. He said that. Nice story, you horrible bitch. Should have been dropped, but we got nothing. Oh, I see what you did there. What the fuck? I apologize for offloading these messages and long emails onto you, but I get more pissed every day when you point out what shit I had made myself listen to for the past 5 years and how long it's taken to get out. Let's make radio great again and end the trance Free Beer and Hot Wings have put onto their listeners. Please play the I Am a Real American by Hulk Hogan here. Signed, Chris. All right. Now you might be getting a little bit carried away there. I followed up with, all true. I really don't think there's anything that can be done. All I continue to do and hope for is what I've done since I started doing what I'm doing now. Slowly, but surely, people find me. It might not even make a bit of difference in their world, but it does in mine. I know deep down that they know what I think about them, and I'm hopeful that it drives them crazy. I hope that I'm helping make them fully aware of what they've become, which is an absolute steaming pile of dog shit. Thank you, Chris. I enjoy reading your emails as I enjoy emails from everyone on the Shoreliners Striping inbox, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Megan says we love a good pillow story. By the way, I'm still thinking about you. I love you very much. Cole says I used to listen to both. Pretty much lost interest a couple of months before Joe, quote-unquote, retired. Bulls on Parade. I quit listening almost 2 years ago after over a decade of listening every morning. Thank you. Jeremy says brainwashed is the perfect term. Yeah, it's just a habit. These people are in the habit. They think that there's nothing else. And some of them just hate me. That's fine. I don't give a shit if they hate me or love me, just as long as you listen. That's all I care about. Patrick says this edition of Who Are These Freebeers may have been the best yet. The refrigerator bit. What the fuck, man? Oh, my God. Yeah, that was something. I appreciate that. Ben, I think, stole the show. He had great clips, and his setups were stunning. Those were excellent setups. Well done, Ben. All right. Patrick says, I continued to listen because it was simply part of my routine. It gradually got worse. Yeah. Actually, if you're not listening to me, I actually want you to listen there because you got to tip me off on shit you hear that's that I can park on for Who Are These Freebeers. A lot of the times when I find out about something, it's through a tip from an audience member. So I don't mind. I mean, I'm encouraging you to listen because I particularly like when there's something real that happens. Like Freeber comes unglued, yells at Kelly, does something mean, or flips out and has a heart attack. Rebecca says, like me. Rebecca is the one who tipped me off on the Kelly Cheese divorce shit. You guys are on top of it, and I appreciate your help. Okay. Easy. I got to go tinkle. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. There's a great possibility of a catastrophe that may work out here at the household, and boy, you're going to love the story, so I'm just putting myself and you on full alert. Pooh Bear wanted replaced the faucet in the tub, the shower head, and the thing you turn to make the water hot and cold. The handle, I guess. Shower head, success. I did everything I was supposed to do. Put a little Teflon tape on the threads. I know that much. It was a little bit of a challenge, but I got that done. I went ahead and pulled off the old handle and put the new one on, that regulates the water, hot and cold. Got that one. Good to go. Now all I need to do is put on the faucet. I take the old one off, and I go to put the new one on, and there's a problem. I reach out to my buddy Jimmy, and I go, Jimmy, what's up with this? He goes, yep. You got to cut that off. It's metal, the piping, copper pipe. You got to cut that, and you got to solder this on with a coupler. And I'm like, now, I think I know how to do this. I'm pretty sure I got to get one of those twisty things to scratch up the pipe, the inside of the pipe, and then the coupler, and then you put the flux on, and then you undo the actual solder, and then you heat it up with the torch, and then you put it on there, and it just fills in all the. It's good to go, right? Does this sound okay to you folks? Because some of you probably already know how to do this shit. Every one of you could probably do it in your fucking sleep. But we're talking about me and fire now. And water at the same time. Joe Martinez says you could have pro press it or used a shark bite. I'm calling you. I am calling you. I don't understand what the fuck that is. Get a shark. What are you talking about? You use a shark. That's got to be some type of typo, right?
¿Por qué quiere chingar pendejo baboso que no entiende nada? ¿O qué? ¿Qué es la pinche problema?
Tu madre es una puta.
No, la tuya, güey.
Vete la chingada, cabrón.
Te voy a coger las pinches nalgas, cabrón.
What is shark bite?
A shark bite, if you go to Home Depot and you go in the plumbing department, you talk to the guy there, it's just a coupler that's got two plastic ends on it, and you take it and you put it on one end and it snaps in place, and then you take the other one or whatever you're connecting and snap that into place, and boom, you're done.
Is the other way to do it like with a coupler and solder?
Well, yeah, you can do it that way. It's just more of a hassle because then you got to make sure, you get the solder joint, and if you don't do a lot of soldering, then it can be more of a hassle. For like me, that I do a lot of it, I can get it the first time around.
Right.
But
I'm actually surprised that you wouldn't encourage me to do the more difficult job, because if I do,
now because you're gonna burn your damn house down. Because
I know.
You're gonna do with the flame.
I thought
that's why.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that because
that's why people invented the shark bites in the Pro Press, so then that way assholes don't burn houses down.
Oh, okay, idiots like me, right?
Yeah, the DIYs that think that they're they know what they're doing, and they screw everything up, and then they call a plumber or somebody like me to come in and fix their screw ups. And it's like that old saying. Tu abuelita dice que el más barato te sale más caro.
Something about Moscato.
No, just like your grandma used to say, the cheapest comes out the most expensive.
Okay, that's a classic thing to say. I love that. Do you remember the when? Oh, sorry. Do you remember when you encouraged me to fix the catch valve or whatever the fuck it is?
Yeah, the check valve.
Check valve.
No, something like that is pretty simple, because you're not dealing with torches, and I know how you are with chainsaws and shit like that. So you got to be careful. I get nervous when I'm in a house and I've got a torch right by a gas line, and I'm trying to braze the line set, and it's kind of like, shit, is this thing got a gas leak somewhere or something? Am I going to explode?
Yes.
I've been doing it for, 25 years now, that it just, comes natural. And so I don't really get nervous, but in the very beginning I did get very nervous, but.
Hey, let me ask you this. Sorry. I'm gonna look into that. And perhaps I can pull this off on my own. If I can be successful in this, I'm gonna be so proud.
And like I said, you go right there to Home Depot. They got them in different sizes: 1/2 inch, 3/4. I believe those are the only. I don't know if they have a 1 inch or not. But
okay.
If you're doing just like faucets and stuff like that, it's just.
All right.
The cool things about those shark bites is because, for example, if you have a copper fitting or a copper pipe and you want to change it over to PEX, which is basically the plastic, that coupling or 90 or whatever fitting you're trying to use will snap right into the copper, and then on the other end you can snap your PEX pipe into it. So you could go from copper to PEX pipe with that particular fitting.
That is good to know. I want to change gears here. And have you been following all this shit about Joe Biden?
Somewhat.
You think he's going to step down Joe Martinez.
He should.
Yeah, you're damn well should. Damn right he should. Oh my God!
And then we'll get Miss Kamala Harris.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
that. She'll crack the whip on Trump's ugly ass.
Well, it might be Whitmer or Gavin Newsom.
Nah, it ain't gonna be that ugly woman Whitmer. Hey, she got a big freaking nose.
Hey, what's wrong with a big nose, you dumb bitch?
Hey, it gets in the way of giving a blowjob with them big ass noses, man.
Christ.
What do you think?
All right.
You know, you think I want a nose hitting my stomach?
Jesus, that's horrible. What have we done here? All right, we're just a month and a half away from hockey season, maybe 2 months away. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the Lions. Are you looking forward to the Lions this year?
No.
How? How can you? They had a great year last year. They were 12-5, and they went through the playoffs like a hot knife through butter.
When was the last time they went to the
playoffs? Last year.
Before that.
I don't know. I'm only worried about last year. They
Barry Sanders was a running back at that time.
Yeah, who cares about that now? They won 2 games.
Who cares about that?
They won 2 games, asshole.
Barry Sanders, the greatest running back of all time.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit.
And they could even, do nothing for the poor guy,
I
don't know.
Yeah, they were like one half away from going to the Super Bowl, you fucking moron.
They were back then too, moron. They won a championship
bullshit.
against Washington.
They got their ass kicked in that game.
Exactly, just like they got their ass kicked in San Francisco.
I don't know. I think the Lions are the real deal this year, dumbass.
Now you see that you see that major meltdown they had there in the second half?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my point.
Most people say that this was a great year, and it's going to be a great year this year. You wait and see.
It was a good year. I'm not saying it wasn't. I never said it wasn't.
Oh, that's the first time you've ever said that.
But my point is, what does the second year bring?
Oh yeah, it's going to be good. I'm telling you, it's going to be good. I got a feeling.
If they do good, and let's say, for example, they get back in the playoffs, we don't know because a lot of things can happen. Goff could get hurt. He could break a leg, and he's done for the year. Then who do they have?
Hendon Hooker.
They got that Hooker's a washed-up, another freaking knee-hurt guy that they drafted, just like these other guys.
He's a knee-hurt guy.
Yeah, these guys come from all over the NFL to retire at Detroit because they know they're going to pay them big time.
No. Those days are done. Lions are going to kick ass this year, you fucking idiot.
I don't know.
Pendejo.
Yeah, just like Michigan. Go blue, baby.
Yeah, whatever. They're not going to be good this year.
We are Michigan.
Whatever. If you walked onto that campus, they'd have you arrested.
We are Michigan. I'm going to be at every game this year, I think. I don't know. Especially, I want to try to get to the Texas game.
All right. Get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
All right. See ya.
Man, you don't know shit. You just think you're like, what's his name?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What's that dude's name?
You sound like Joe Biden.
Yeah. What's that dude's name? Your buddy?
I have lots of buddies.
Hefner?
The fuck are you Hefner? The fuck are you talking about? Are you stoned? Get the fuck out of here. You smoking peyote?
What are you talking about, man? I'm not stoned.
All right. Enjoy the day.
What was that guy that does the huge show? There you go. That dumbass. You don't know what he's talking about.
Jesus
either.
Christ. Go crash your truck, you idiot.
Right.
All right.
If somebody cuts in front of me again.
All right. I'll see ya. I'm hanging up.
All right.
Fuck off.
Okay.
There you go. Joe Martinez. Out of control. A lot of guests on the show today. In fact, while I'm at it, I should bring Pooh Bear in. We did not discuss 32 years of wedded bliss.
Hello?
Pooh Bear?
Yeah?
This is your husband.
Hi, husband.
I was discussing 32 years of wedded bliss.
Yeah. That's right.
What are your thoughts on my broken ding-dong?
It happens.
Are you going to leave me?
I will not leave you, no.
Ashley said you're going to leave me because of that.
No. I'm not a sex maniac like she is.
She is. She's out of control.
Yeah. So, it's all good. It's okay.
What are you doing?
I just got out of the shower.
Maureen says, what did you do to celebrate your anniversary? I think we did nothing.
Oh, God. Jimmy Minimo just tried to FaceTime us.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. So you might have to call him back in a minute.
All right. Good deal. So, yeah, Maureen wanted to know what we did on our anniversary. Go ahead and tell her.
You worked at Bosco's, and I had friends over. But we were thinking about going out to dinner tonight. But then we said, you know what, screw it. Why spend the money? We'll just be together and do stuff around the house.
Now, that's love. That's love. On your wedding anniversary, doing chores around the house.
Well, we have company coming. You're gone all next week, so we kind of have to get things done.
You are going next week. You are going to visit the Hillbillies.
We are.
And you and your cousin Mimi, who I still think should be living at our residence. I mean, we need Mimi. We need her. Okay. And we need my mom or my dad and my stepmom. That would make this the best reality show ever.
It really would be, but she just bought
Yeah, she moved into her own place.
she just bought a new condo.
Yeah, well, anyway, you and Mimi are going to see this pack of hillbillies. A lot of your extended family lives in Owensboro, Kentucky.
Right.
So what do you...
And I'm going to bring back
lots
of mutton.
Yes, Moonlight Barbecue. Legendary. I can't say enough about that place. So you go there. Now, what do? You just sit around and drink with these people?
Well, we go visit everybody. There's a lot there, you know.
Yeah.
Hundreds and hundreds of cousins are there.
Yeah. I mean, it's remarkable how many people and I don't even know them. Hardly.
You know some of them.
I know some of them, but there's so many of those people.
There's so many. Well, I don't even know some of them. I don't know the second, third and fourth cousins and all that crap. But
so the NFK, your brother is going to be running the show here.
Yep.
I don't think he's aware of that yet.
I think he enjoys it.
Oh, I do too.
He doesn't have to worry about the dogs. He doesn't have to worry about us.
And he's got his list of he's got his list of chores that he does, like move remote control, get iced coffee ready, the 15 gallons of iced coffee he has in the fridge, make his frozen dinners and prepare them, get his medicine out, all that shit.
Yeah.
All right.
He can walk around naked if he wants. You know, he can do all kinds of things.
Oh, Jesus.
So, I'm looking in the mirror because I just got out of the shower and my boobs are starting to sag. I think I need a lift.
I don't know anything about that. That sounds like it's out of my department.
I better call Dr. Ranucci.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know I think that's kind of a normal thing, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but you don't. Hi, Darla. Yeah, you don't want to have saggy boobs.
Okay, this is too much information, I think.
I paid good money for these.
Yeah, I know. I think well, I'll just come out and say it. I think you and I need to really start to hit the P90X. I think that'll help.
Dude, this is not because I'm chubby, and I'm not chubby.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about chubby. I'm talking about you need to increase your upper body strength.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is this the Patreon? Did I swear?
No, this is everyone can see this.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Can you delete it?
No, I can't delete it. I'm not deleting it. It's the reason why they're here.
Okay. All right, well, I got to go.
Okay, I love you. Bye.
Dressed, and then I have to go let Cece out.
All right, see you.
Okay, I love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye. Nick says you just need to tighten. Aram says P90X was 07, 08. Yeah, those days that's a long time ago. I don't know if that's coming back. Megan says, hi, Diana. Give me your doctor's number. I'll just tell you. Look up Plastic Surgery Associates in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Dr. Ranucci. Renucci, I think. Aram says, day one is horrible, P90X Classic. I think he just started it over again. Day 2 is plyo, which adds insult to injury. I don't know if I can do plyo because of the arthritis. I don't know if that's in my wheelhouse anymore. I can barely walk down the steps, Aram. Jumping up and down, high impact, probably is not going to work. All right. Typically, when I do this show, I'm talking about my amazing sponsors, and I've failed miserably at that. So I'm going to spend some time telling you about the amazing folks who make my show like a show, a thing. The free podcast is powered by these sponsors. If it were not for them, I would not be doing a free podcast every day. So they keep me viable. I appreciate them so much. Join me at Berlin Raceway this weekend. I will be out there along with Freebeer's wife's ex-husband, Coleman. Join us. We will talk shit about Freebeer at the Coleman Lutz 500 at Berlin Raceway. Online at berlinraceway.com. So that is going on. If you want, tickets are $14 in advance when you buy them online. The parking is free. 15 and under gets in free. Coolers are welcome as long as they're 12 by 18 or smaller. They do measure. And you can bring in as many snacks and soft drinks as you want as long as there's no glass and no alcohol at Berlin Raceway. The insurance authority is Frank Fuss. My Policy Shop Insurance, the licensed independent agent/broker. Get more information about a life insurance policy today at buyinsurancehere.com. That's BUY, insurancehere.com. Everybody needs life insurance. What happens if something happens to you? Is your wife going to just suddenly make the money of two of husband and wife? No, it's impossible. All they should be doing is worrying about caring for the kids during that horrible moment that we don't like to talk about. But in the event that happens, wouldn't it be nice to be prepared for anything with a very affordable life insurance policy? Well, Frank can get you into that. And all you need to do is reach out to him at buyinsurancehere.com. BUY, insurancehere.com. I hope you're taking what I'm saying seriously, because if this happens, your wife is going to be hurting, or your husband. Why go through that? Spend just a few bucks every month because of your excellent health and your young age in getting a life insurance policy today. We talked to Joe Martinez earlier from A&E Heating and Cooling. He's so fantastic. I love him. Trusted source for everything heating and cooling, even water heaters. He can help you out with all that. 616-516-8579. That's 616-516-8579. Whether it's installing a brand new AC or your shit's just busted, or perhaps you need a tune-up on the AC, he can help you with those things. And then before too long, we'll be talking about the furnace setup, where you should have that thing maintained once a year, tuned up, ready to go with A&E Heating and Cooling. All right, thank you to Irvine's Auto Repair. When your car, EV or hybrid, goes on the fritz, you want to take it over to Irvine's Auto Repair, where the lovely Megan will help you. 616-532-6600. Go and say hello. Even if you're just driving by Irvine's and you see them along Stafford, which is just off 44th Street near 131, pull in, say hello, get a cup of coffee on the world's greatest coffee maker, and give Megan a hug. She's had a hell of a week. She's had a week to forget. And so everybody is kind of like, who knows what's up. That's Megan's story to tell. Some of you may already be aware, but she's had a really bad week, and a lot of people are like wrapping their arms around her, loving her up because she's so amazing, and I just love her to death. 616-532-6600. Our girls had a week. All right. Amy gets her Jeep serviced at Irvine's. She says the Jeep is running great. There's more conversation about whether or not I should use what's known as a shark bite to take care of my bathroom. Nick in the arena, who's a maintenance specialist with an emphasis on electrical issues, but he knows everything too. That's what it is when you get some of these blue-collar guys, these tradesmen. Tradesmen love to get into tradesmen beefs with other tradesmen. So you got Team HVAC, Joe Martinez, saying, shark bite, senor, shark bite. Yeah, 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 yeah. Arriba, arriba, andere, andere. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then you got Nick, who's an electrician, but he can do just about anything, just like Joe Martinez. He says shark bite is hack for anything other than temporary. ProPress is great. I use it all the time. I don't know what the fuck that is. Nick, in the continued battle between the tradesmen, says, I maintain the HVAC systems here at Van Andel. They are bigger than Joe's vans. No, I believe that. Both of these gentlemen have some serious acumen in their respected fields, and then some. So there's a real discrepancy on the advice given. Joe says, fix it like a Mexican with a shark bite. And Nick says, no, fuck that shit. You want to go full white power on it and skip the shark bite. After Nick dropped that he's in charge of HVAC at the rink, Joe says, yeah, and that's why it's hot in there in the summer and cold in there in the winter. So there's a real bit of combativeness between the two. Maybe I should get them on to discuss it on the show, like right now. That might be a good idea. So you two assholes sit right there, and I will conference call Joe Martinez with Nick in the arena and let these two hilljacks figure this shit out. Hey, how are you? Good. Hey, I'm going to bring Joe in. You guys can fight. Oh, okay. Hang on.
Ahora, chingo, ¿qué quieres, güey? ¿No ves que estoy trabajando, man? No soy como ustedes que no hacen nada todo el pinche día.
Hey, hang on a second. Joe Martinez, say hello to Nick in the arena.
Nick in the arena?
Yeah, he's the Nick is the one who says you're full of shit for the shark bite.
Hold on, I can't hear you guys.
The fuck?
All right, let's try that.
Yeah, Nick says you're full of shit about the shark bite.
He doesn't know shit. Plumbers use them all the time.
Nick.
So who am I gonna listen to? A plumber or a freaking electrician?
Nick.
Lazy plumbers use them.
No.
With no skills.
No.
Never learned how to solder. Never learned how to braze.
Well, unfortunately, this day and age, everything's gone to shark bites and to ProPress.
That's because all you contractors want a bunch of callbacks.
Even in the refrigeration, everything's going to ProPress and all that, mainly because of the fact that it saves time and money, and you can still charge the customer the same amount of money.
Yeah.
I'm talking shark bites. There's nothing wrong with ProPress.
Yeah. Nick says
it's a $3,000 tool.
That's what I'm saying, though, because even in refrigeration, we have ProPress fittings.
Zoom lock.
Yeah, but that ain't gonna help me. Who gives a shit? I'm talking about me. What about me?
We don't give a shit about you. You brought us on to talk, so we're talking.
Well, I wanted you to talk shit. I don't want a goddamn how-to.
Also, it's an ice rink. It's supposed to be fucking cold in here.
Well, no. Not up in the stands and up in the freaking arena part outside there. You go to take a damn piss and you can't even stand there because it's freezing up, man. Your pee's coming out, it's freaking freezing.
Nick.
Cold outside. You're coming in with coats.
You know? And then
your convenience.
Hey, and on top of that, like over on my section where I sit at, when you go to wash your damn hands, the water is freaking ice cold. When you walk to the other side of the arena and it's damn hot as hell. Explain that.
That depends on how early you got there.
Oh, no, I'm talking about like in the second period. Or even after the game. You walk to the other side of the arena and you...
Yeah.
And the section 107, 109. And
Yeah.
You walk into the bathroom.
Well, give him a chance to answer. Give him a chance to answer, you fucking idiot. You keep going on and on. Go ahead, Nick.
Dude, well, you're asking me something. I'm driving 80 miles an hour down the highway, so what do you expect?
All right, Nick. Nick, what do you have to say about that?
All right, go ahead.
I probably need to change the mixing valve up there. Which I'll do correctly with threaded pipes.
All right, this
not some hacky shark bite.
Yeah.
Use the freaking shark bites, man. You can get it done in half the time, and then you got more time to do nothing.
Okay, all right.
I don't want to fix it later in a month.
Yeah.
It won't. You won't have to fix it later in a month. Trust me.
I think I'll pop off of there in the middle of the night. I'll have to fucking get called in here 2 in the morning.
No, well, that's your job, man. It's just like when people call me at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I'm gonna use solder.
Freezing.
I'm gonna solder that fucking thing. I'm gonna solder it.
You're gonna burn the.
I'm not gonna burn the fucking house down, you asshole.
He's gonna burn the fucking house down. This guy can't even handle a chainsaw, and you want him to try to handle a torch?
All right, just swear at each other in 2 languages. Joe, on your mark, get set, go.
Man. Hey, Nick, I got a question. Did you see those new rings inside the fitties in their mouth?
Yeah.
What?
You seen those? Where'd you get those at?
Which ones?
Those. They're like a ring that you set inside of your. So like if you got a 90 or a company, you put a ring in there and then you torch it and then it's like solder basically. It melts.
That sounds hacky too.
Huh?
I do it. That sounds hacky too.
Oh, it comes out perfect. I've seen them already, but I just don't know where to get those. I want to give it a try.
Pre-made, just to add heat. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's just pre-made. And you just add heat to it and boom.
All right.
Have to hold that.
All right, this has been a fun experiment, but I'm getting dumber by the second, so both of you can fuck off.
Why are you getting dumber?
Get the fuck out of here. All right, there you go. I might have bit off more than I can chew there. I don't know why, but I'm in a weird spot. I want to trust both of them. I think what I need to do today is the words that I always hate to hear, do my own research and figure it out. But I got one professional saying, yeah, that's bullshit. And I got another one saying, no, that's absolutely what you have to do. And at the end of the day, I don't know what a pro press is. Joe says, Eric, do you have a $2,500 pro press tool? Well, of course not. All right. Those boys are fun. I love them dearly. Thank you to the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, 231-332-6505. Buy now, refinance later with Mario, 231-332-6505. Rates are dropping, but I want you to go get your home right now. Get after it. 231-332-6505. How would you like to be in Lenoir City, Tennessee, which is just outside of Knoxville, and you have like a boutique where you sell like handbags and purses and shit like that, but you're in like the lower portion of the business, and upstairs. The owners of the actual building use that space to live in. And, well, they decided to put a Biden-Harris sign up for the world to see above the building. You can see it right here. So she owns the boutique below it. And it's a high-end place, you know. You're buying expensive shit there. And then this enormous Biden-Harris truth billboard size sign, truth over lies, above it. Now, in that neck of the woods, it is 80% red. Lenore City, Tennessee. This is a small southern town. And it has destroyed the chick's business. And she's like, God damn it. But they're the landlord. And she's like, do you think maybe you can take that down? I mean, it's killing my business. And they're like, no, fuck you. Fuck you. We're gonna leave it up. And I'm like, oh my God. And she's like, holy shit, I can't believe you're doing this to me. And so now she's feeling the heat because nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to her place of business anymore. So that's caused her all sorts of issues. And now she has to deal with trying to, and she's like, oh, how am I even going to make rent to pay you guys? And they're like, fuck you. We're not taking the sign down. Holy shit. She might be like, I hope that this is going to end when Biden drops out of the race.
Continuing her fight over a political sign her landlord put up above her shop. Our Aaron Rodgers spoke with attorneys about the issues at play.
But it's just a complicated issue.
The battle between fair business and free speech.
She puts that sign that says, this business did not put up this sign. She's trying to keep, things above board.
Politics and business do not go together.
But for Angie Monahan, politics can't be ignored. This sign her landlord hung now has some questioning, is this allowed?
Business district that's been redone.
This guy, it says his name is Walter Johnson, Lenore City attorney, but that's not true. He looks and sounds like that guy that was on The Walking Dead and what's the name of that? Guardians of the Galaxy, the blue guy that would whistle.
And looks really great. Well, he's got this big Biden banner in the middle of it. Would be the same if it were a Trump banner. And businesses don't generally like to have politics in their business.
But one attorney says the issue could have been avoided.
If you don't want political signs on your property.
Look at this guy. T. Scott Jones. He's dressed as like some huckster selling his fucking popcorn out of his goddamn horse and buggy.
Property because of particular fallout, then you're going to have to actually specify it in the lease.
Monahan says she didn't think she needed it, but now she wishes she did. Now working with the city, she's trying to figure out if anything can be done.
So there's a lot of issues to be looked at.
If I'm her, I put up a sign that says, fuck Biden, vote Trump, Buy your Trump sneakers here.
And I'm in the process of doing that.
Now that includes the sign structure, where it is placed, the size, and how close the election actually is. Looking forward, however, one attorney believes this may be the new normal.
So, folks can contract to do whatever they want to do, but I do think it's sort of a new frontier that we're going to see in leases.
And he says it will be needed if anyone plans to contradict the First Amendment.
Everyone's got a right to express themselves. And, when you quelch the least of the voices, when somebody comes to quelch your voice, there may not be anybody there to speak up for you.
In Lenore City, Aaron Rodgers, WVLT News.
We have continued to try to reach out to the building's owners several times to get their side of this, but they still have not responded to our requests for comment.
Damn. What is the name of the business? I might have to blow a phone call in. I'm scanning right now, looking for the name of the business. Probably says it right at the top. Let's see. What is the name of this fucking business? Well, maybe I can find it and then check back for the Patreon. That would be fun. Because I saw somebody posted on the subreddit how much people enjoy when I make those phone calls to various businesses. And I've always enjoyed doing that, but I sometimes forget to do it. Like while I'm actually doing the show, I lose sight of it because I'm talking. Kenny says it's actually honestly kind of idiotic by the owners because their sign causes that business to fail and they lose their tenant. Rebecca says you would think the landlords would take it down because that's affecting their income. So true. Stevie says, I get her point. I won't go to businesses that have Republican support signs. Free market solutions. Megan says, we've had canvassers come here and ask us to put a Trump or Biden sign in our windows and on our website. Absolutely not. That alienates half of your business immediately. What about me, though, on my show? I mean, I talk shit all the time, and this is my business. Is it because they're used to it? The audience is used to it? Megan says, Honey Blossom Boutique, and she gave me the number. How wonderful are you? Typically, when I make these phone calls, it's insulting, but I don't know how insulting I would be to this lady. I'm on her side. Thank you for being the easy producer of the day, Megan.
Honey Blossom.
Hi, ma'am. How are you? This is Eric Zane from the Eric Zane Show podcast. I'm calling about the sign. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I've got a store full of customers right now.
Oh, you do? Well, that's good news. That's really good news.
It is. We've had a lot of support.
So I won't keep you. It seems to be turning then for you. People are understanding what's up.
Am I on the air?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted that to be clarified. No, we have a lot of support. City Council's been extremely supportive. They always are about the
Okay. Well, that's good for you. I apologize for intruding. You good luck to you, okay?
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, madam. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Am I on the air? Oh. Yeah, sure. No problem. She seemed nice. Kenny goes, LOL. I was like, uh-oh. That typical East Tennessee sound right there. East Tennessee sounds a lot like Nashville, but not exactly. There's a little bit more twang to East Tennessee. Megan says, I'm so good at Googling. Absolutely. You're the best. All right. Where else do I want to go here? Of all the people to speak up on the assassination of Trump, can you think of one person who may have pulled back and said, maybe I shouldn't say anything? Can you think of one? I'll help you out. Someone else who's tried to murder the president. That's right. John Hinckley Jr. Donut Dan got it. Maybe you saw that story. But JHJ is chiming in. The man who shot and wounded President Ronald Reagan and ultimately killed Jim Brady. If you remember that assassination attempt, Brady got hit. He's all fucked up. He's in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. And then he died in the 2000s. They ended up pinning that murder on Hinckley because he wouldn't have died had he not been shot. Reagan fully recovered, obviously. So this wacko shot Reagan. He has released a statement following Trump's assassination attempt on Saturday. He tweeted out Wednesday, violence is not the way to go. Give peace a chance. Even if you were crazy then and you're not crazy now and you're 1,000,000% rehabilitated and you're a completely different person, You're no longer crazy. You cannot step up when when another attempt is made on a president's life. You can't come in to the discussion. You tried to kill a president. You killed another guy. You just need to shut the fuck up. That's all you got to do. God damn. That would be like if the guy who murdered John Lennon, if like someone else today murdered Paul McCartney, and the guy who murdered John Lennon, Mark David Chapman, said, "I'm so upset. This shouldn't have happened." You asshole. Hinckley got out of the joint in 2022. And now he makes fucking songs. He's like a songwriter now. This is John Hinckley Jr. Singing and playing guitar.
Hello, everybody. This is another one of my original songs.
Okay, I can't. I would rather listen to Reagan get shot than that. I would rather be shot the way Reagan was shot than listen to that.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing great. I know there's a lot of violence and turmoil in the world now, and our country is just really in a bad place right now, but we need to try and be peaceful.
Shut up!
Try and get along with each other. Let's have some harmony in our lives, please.
You do not get a pass. You do not get ever to come out and talk about peace and harmony when you tried to murder the president in broad daylight. I don't give a shit what you do. At no point are you allowed to come back and tell anybody anything. You know, he got out of prison or psychiatric help after 40 plus years. Just take it and go away. You did it. You fucking succeeded. But don't throw it out there like you're... You see, when he tried to kill Reagan, if you recall, you know what that was about, don't you? He was trying to win the attention of Jodie Foster, the actress. And he was stalking her, and he was constantly getting her phone number and showing up at her door and saying... And then she's like, "Oh, God, please just leave me alone." She was a young child actor at the point. She was going to school at the time. And this fucker, he can't help himself. He is so looking for attention that now he's hitching his wagon up to assassination attempts. Something that he did. Stevie says, "I thought that was the guy that killed Lennon." No. The guy that killed Lennon had nothing to do with Jodie Foster. He was fucked up, and he thought Lennon was a phony. He was a Beatles fan originally, but he thought Lennon was a phony, and he was living the novel The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. And he was living out the character Holden Caulfield in that book. And he thought Lennon was a phony. If you ever read that book, that main character, Caulfield, in Salinger's book, is always talking shit about phonies. He's got a problem with phonies. He thought Lennon was a phony. That's why he killed him, which just sounds crazy. In fact, after he shot him dead with that .38, he sat down on the fucking curb there in the Upper West Side and read the book, was reading it when the cops showed up. Hinckley is the one who was disturbed and trying to get with Jodie Foster. Hello, I'm podcasting. Who is this?
Oh, you're always podcasting.
Is this my daughter?
Yeah.
Am I in trouble or is everything okay?
No, everything's fine. I just had a favor to ask.
Should I wait to ask?
No, I mean, what time are you leaving for Grayling?
Sunday.
Tomorrow. Oh, Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, do you think you could let my squish out tomorrow?
Your dog. What? Yeah, I'm sure we could. What's going on?
Well, I'm going like tubing down the river with some friends, and it's a 4.5 hour tubing trip.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It's going to be fun.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws.
That's right. So I'm getting, and it's like in Newaygo, so we'll be gone from like 9 a.m. to like 3:30. So I was hoping you could let her out because Mom has to go get Aunt Mimi.
I'll take care of it.
Yay. Thank you.
All right, who's driving?
Justin.
Oh, he's going too?
Of course.
Okay, good. Well,
Okay.
Tell him he's the DD.
Okay.
Better take it easy.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Okay, love you, bye.
Love you, bye. There you go. Rebecca says she sounds like Pooh Bear. Yeah, this is Hinckley. This is part of his mental illness. Figures because there was an assassination attempt. This piece of shit has to throw his hat in the ring to give his 2 cents. Yeah, you don't have you've lost your privileges after assassination attempt to tell America what they need to do. Nobody takes you seriously, you asshole. And then look at all these losers that support him. Thank you so much for these words of advice. Thank you. Thank you, John. So glad they love him. This is a phenomena that you can do anything to anyone. This happened with OJ. Look at this. This is overwhelming support for John Hinckley Jr. He murdered one guy, and he almost killed the president of the United States. You can murder somebody and almost kill the president of the United States. And then all you need to do is wait and then just say, hey, I'm back and everything's good. And then everyone will believe you. You can do whatever you want. Speaking of OJ, donut dances, that would be like OJ Simpson doing a commercial for domestic violence, without a doubt. This is even worse because he did do it. Everybody knows he did it, Hinckley. He admitted it. Simpson has never admitted it. There's even enough doubt that he was acquitted, God damn it, even though that was a kangaroo court. But this is worse. Holy shit. All right. Let's see. Is there anything else I have for you today? I think I'm going to call it a day. And then take the rest of what I have to talk about to my Patreon, where I just got a few new people. I always get more people right around the dropping of Who Are These Free Beers. One at a time, I get people on there, and I'm very, very thankful for that. Oh, I know what I got to do. Jeremy sent me some audio. I'm going to play that. Thank you, Jeremy. He sent me a supercut of a bit of audio. He, of course, pulls his own clips and his own little mini versions of Who Are These Free Beers. And so this is a compilation. Kelly's, one of her brothers, his name is Kyle, which, by the way, 2 of her 3 brothers were in prison. They might still be in prison. I don't know. Not jail, prison. Great family. And every time they mention the one brother whose name is Kyle, they do something. Here is the supercut. Tell me how annoying this is.
My name is Janelle, and my future husband-to-be is Kyle Duty.
Kyle?
Kyle? Kyle? Kyle? Kyle? Kyle? Kyle? Kyle? Kyle? Kyle?
Oh, my brother Kyle and I, man, we need to catch up. Kyle.
Okay. Pam.
And,
Pam and Cam.
Pam and Cam. And Kyle.
Holy shit. It's not funny that they're saying Kyle. It's just, I'm laughing at him putting all those together.
Kyle. Okay. Pam.
And,
Pam and Cam.
Pam and Cam. And Kyle.
My name is Janelle, and my...
Holy shit. Chris says it sounds like a bunch of seagulls. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate you. That show. Goddamn. Target rich environment. Oh, anyway, I was going to mention I got some new people on Patreon. I appreciate that. Matt Peak just signed up. Chris, I read a few of his emails recently. He just signed up. And there was a couple more. Adam Davis, yes, on Wednesday. Thank you, Adam, for signing up. And I thought there was one more. Anyway, thank you. I appreciate the signups on Patreon. Make yourselves at home. Hire me on Cameo, cameo.com/Eric Zane. My cameos are the best. They're a lot of fun. They're just $20. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. King's Room Barbershop. Get a haircut fit for a king at the King's Room Barbershop. Northland Drive, Caledonia, and at 821 36th Street in beautiful Wyoming, Michigan. Celebrating 50 years of haircuts fit for a king at King's Room Barbershop. Haircuts are $19 and plus tip. I usually go $19 on the haircut and then $10 on the tip. That's just me, though. Taylor cuts my hair. Alex cuts my hair. Gracie just left. Deidre has not yet cut it. And Andy cuts it. Andy and Colleen, they are business partners and lovers. King's Room Barbershop, 3 locations, Caledonia, Northland Drive, and at 821 36th Street. My pals over at TC Paintball, that would be Rick. Rick from TC Paintball. I don't like a week where I don't have Rick on the show. Where am I going to go to get hot takes like what's the deal with turn signals? Which no one will ever let him live that down. Reach out to Rick at TC Paintball. Online at tcpaintballgr.com. Book an event today. They have everything you need there. Fully stocked pro shop. If you want to shop for your own setup, they have it all. You can even give them a test drive there at TC Paintball in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Online at tcpaintballgr.com. We've got time for the asshole of the day. Today's asshole of the day, we need look no further than John Hinckley. He is your asshole of the day for feeling the need to talk about how, we need to get along and love each other. Said the murderer who tried to kill the president in 1981. Shut up. That's it, folks. I appreciate you. Talk to you on the Patreon. Until next time, bye-bye.